I don't usually condone violence, but punch her in the face. Hey guys, welcome back to Chaotic Commentary. Today we ask ourselves the age-old question, am I the asshole? Let's get into it. Am I the asshole for not inviting my stepmother and her daughter at my wedding? I, 24 female, am getting married next summer to my fiance, Jay. My mom died when I was 7. Dad married Kay 4 years later. Kay has a daughter, E, 22, from a previous relationship. Kay and E are easily the most entitled, spoiled, and rude people I've ever met. They never treated me like family. Kay has done everything possible to push me away from the family. I haven't been in any family pictures since I was 14. I was never allowed on any family vacation-size activities. Per Kay's request, my dad banned any family members from giving me any gifts for my birthdays/holidays. Holidays. She always hated me. I can't even remember all the times I cried because of the things she would say to me. Why do people do their kids like this? There is no relationship more important than the one with your child. But you're choosing this woman, this stepmother, over your child and not only allowing her to treat your child like shit, but also treating your child like shit in the process. What is wrong with people? And I don't understand step parents. If you're marrying somebody with a child, why are you treating their child like shit? Because you could have easily found somebody who didn't have a kid. You knew there was a child involved when you got into this relationship. I don't understand it. E was the favorite child. Whatever she wanted, they would get for her. Me, I had to work if I wanted something. School supplies, work for them. My clothes don't fit anymore, work for new clothes. E liked to break my stuff and I would be grounded because I got mad at her. My last straw was when she cut all pictures I had of mom. I don't usually condone violence, but punch her in the face. Dad found me crying, and when I showed him the pictures, he told me to let it go. Your daddy sucks. I packed a bag and went to stay with my grandparents. I was 17. Dad never came for me, never called or texted me either. He reached out to me when I was 20, apologized and said he wanted to reconnect. I told him if he wants to, that he would have to work very hard to earn a relationship with me since he hasn't been my dad since I was 12, and in 3 years I haven't heard from him at all. He said he'll do anything to be my dad again. Since then, I've been in low contact with him because I don't feel like he's putting enough work into our relationship. I finished college last year and he attended the ceremony, and after that, we spent the entire weekend together bonding. It was the first time I felt like I had a dad in almost 13 years. I wanted my dad to attend the wedding as a guest, but I don't want Kate or either. I talked to my dad about it and he was okay with attending as a guest. My grandpa would be walking me down the aisle, but he was really mad when I said I will not invite Kate and E. His reasoning is that they are his family, so that makes them mine too, and he doesn't want them to be excluded. But you never had a problem with her being excluded, though. You never had a problem with that. He then said he would not attend if they weren't invited, so I said, okay, guess then you won't attend my wedding, and our relationship is over since you're choosing them over me again. It is my wedding, and I don't want those disgusting people here. Please don't contact me again. Go be with your perfect little family and forget I exist. You have practice on that. Goodbye. Then I blocked his number. Some family members reached out to me and told me I should be the bigger person and maybe the wedding could be what's going to fix our relationship. My grandparents said that it's my big day and I shouldn't have people that make me uncomfortable there. Jay and his parents agreed that I shouldn't invite people that hurt me just because they are legally considered family. So, am I the asshole? No. I'm going to say it like I always do. Family does not mean you get to treat people like shit and get away with it. Your family are the people who love you, who appreciate you, who support you, who consider your feelings. I don't care if you are blood related to me. If you don't have my best interest at heart, if you are toxic to me, if you treat me like a pile of poop, you're not my family. I don't care what the law say. I don't care what blood say. I don't care what nobody say. You're not my family. Update. The situation has blown out of proportions. Kate's family has been blowing up my phone, sending me death and SA threats. And what's worse is that they have sent the same threats to my grandparents. And that's exactly why they didn't get invited. What's wrong with these people? I had a panic attack so bad when my grandma called me and told me that I'm currently in the hospital. Jay's mom is with me, and Jay and his dad went to my hometown to bring my grandparents here because I'm honestly scared something might happen to them. It's that serious that y'all making death threats on people? It's that serious. Y'all don't even like this girl, so why are y'all so butthurt about her not inviting y'all to her wedding? I don't know what to do. This has turned into a nightmare. And before you suggest a restraining order, in my country, they won't give you one unless they actually hurt you. Jay's aunt has offered to have us move in with her across the country, and as much as we love our life here, we will accept her offer. It's really that serious. I don't understand the human race sometimes. Like, I don't get it. Am I the asshole for asking my neighbors to be more considerate? My neighbors are a young couple in their 30s, Annie and Bill. They've had a baby a couple months ago. The baby came home last month after 3 months in the hospital. My wife is friendly with Annie. We can't have children, so whenever we have a neighbor with a baby, my wife makes friends with them. We have my mom staying with us. She is no longer able to live independently. My mom has complained several times that she can hear the baby crying, especially at night. My wife says the baby has bad reflux, and they are trying to deal with it. The baby screams several times a day. It's awful listening to the poor thing cry so long. It does feel like they aren't dealing with the baby as quickly as they should be. The baby screamed for 10 minutes solid the other night. My wife says that the baby screams when they bathe it, as Annie told her that the baby doesn't like being bathed. Baby is always crying and it's frustrating, especially when mom needs peace and quiet to recover from surgery. Y'all act as if they can control the baby. Babies cry. Newborn babies especially. They can't vocalize what they want. They just scream. Since the baby has come home, there's no longer any room on our street during the day as we have on-street parking. This is making it difficult to get mom to appointments as she can't walk to the end of the street to get in the car, but we also can't park in the middle of the road as it blocks the road and can take over 10 minutes to get her to the car due to mobile issues. There had always been at least one empty bay outside our house, but now it's always occupied by either someone from the family visiting or one of the healthcare professionals involved in the baby's care. All these things y'all complain about very much sounds out of their control, so... I reached a breaking point at the weekend. Mom had been home all day, and she was in tears when I got home from work. Wife was away visiting friends. She said the baby had been screaming all day long. It was still crying when I came home. I went and knocked on Bill and Annie's door and asked if they could quiet the baby. I could see through the frosted glass that Annie was sat at the bottom of the stairs and not even trying to calm the baby down. When she came to the door, she apologized and said she had been trying to calm the baby down, but the new medication was making him constipated, and he was straining to poo. Bill had gone to pick up an emergency prescription to try to help. I snapped that she clearly hadn't been trying as she was on the stairs and told her that they need to be more considerate of others and that if she didn't quiet the baby, I would log a noise complaint with the police. Annie was upset at this and closed the door in my face. When my wife came back, she told her what I had said. So clearly these are new parents, new mom, and I'm like, clearly she's at the point of frustration. If the baby's crying all the time, y'all don't think she's frustrated? Y'all don't think she's having a hard time? Clearly, if she's sitting on the bottom of the steps, she's probably had her wits end because she doesn't know what to do, and she needed a break. Y'all are being assholes. Now my wife is angry with me as I am making life difficult for a young couple with a sick baby and is giving me the silent treatment. I feel like I might have been wrong because of how my wife has reacted. But at the same time, the baby is always crying and I think they need to be more considerate of their neighbors. Y'all don't have any kids. And I'm sorry that y'all can't have kids. I feel bad for people who want to have kids and can't. But because y'all don't have a child, a newborn baby, y'all don't know how it is, especially when the baby is sick. This is nothing in the parent's control. If they're telling you that the baby's sick, the baby's constipated, they're trying to get medication, y'all knew the baby was in the hospital for 3 months after it was born, clearly there's some medical issues going on. And the fact that you have a sick parent and you know she has issues and you're not being considerate of these people whose baby have medical issues is not anything in their control. What do you want them to do? Babies cry. I'm sorry. Babies cry. It's not very much you can do about it. And this person was crowned asshole, and I agree. Someone says, I'm going to get hate for this, but thank God you can't have kids. Your lack of empathy and inability to sympathize is outrageous. Real babies aren't like dogs or dolls. I would hate to see how you would have treated your wife or your own child. Right? Because, like, if you this upset about a baby in another house, which it can't be that loud, then how would you react if this baby was in your house screaming in your ears all day long? Because that's what babies do. Am I the asshole for calling my wife ridiculous for saying that she won't attend my family's Christmas over some stockings? My mom has a tradition for every Christmas and that is to get custom stockings of her grandchildren's names, Cody, Mia, Sammy, Alana, etc., and hang those stockings near the fireplace. My wife and I have been together for 3 years. She has a son, my stepkid, from her former marriage. When she found out about the tradition Mom has, she said she expects my stepson to get his own custom stocking and be hanged along with the other kids' stockings. I asked my mom and she said that she loves her step-grandchild but does not feel comfortable yet to have a stocking of his name and hang it in her home. Okay, so I read a story a few videos ago. Was it my first or second Am I the Asshole video, where there were grandparents who didn't consider their step-grandchildren their grandchildren, although they love them and all that. What is the problem here? I don't get people like this. You say you love your step-grandchild, but you're not comfortable having his name on a stocking hanging in your home? How does that make sense to you? It's a Christmas stocking. He's a child. Why would you exclude him? I swear, I don't understand adults sometimes. I know I'm an adult, but what's wrong with y'all? Because if I had a stepchild, step-grandchild, I'm not going to exclude them from anything. I'm not going to treat them like crap. Why would I do that? Because I wouldn't want somebody treating my child that way. So why would I treat somebody else's child that way? Especially the child of somebody who I love. I don't get people sometimes. Jeez. Apparently, my wife refused to drop it and chose it as a hill to die on, and even told me that she would not be attending a Christmas party if my mom doesn't do it. I don't blame her. We started arguing about it for days. I finally blew up and told her it was not reasonable for me to dictate how my mom decorates her home and what stocking she hangs. She started crying and calling me blind for not seeing how my family are treating my stepson. I said they love him and a name stocking isn't going to prove anything. She said that she wouldn't go then, and I called her ridiculous for deciding not to go over something so trivial. It's not trivial. That is a statement. Choosing to not include her son, who is your stepson, who is her step-grandchild, is a very bold statement. She is saying something by not including him. It's not trivial. It's not meaningless. It's going to mean something to the child, because when he sees that he's excluded from this family, he's not going to feel wanted. And the fact that you're his stepfather and you are not advocating for him, you're a shitty stepfather. Do better. We have been in conflict about it since then, and she's refusing to even speak to me. Am I the asshole for saying that it was ridiculous for her to decide to not go over some stockings? My stepson's age is 9. Your stepson is 9. So he is very much at an age where he's going to feel the pain of that exclusion. He's going to know he's been excluded. Imagine him going over to his grandparents' house, because if you're married, they are his grandparents, step-grandparents are not. And all the other kids have a stocking filled with toys and goodies, but he doesn't. How do you think it's going to make him feel? And you as his stepfather, you don't care how that's going to make him feel. You're more concerned with your mother decorating her house than your wife and your child. Because if you married this woman and you are her husband now, the whole step, that's your child. And you're supposed to care for that child as if it was your own. You're the asshole. Not only are you an asshole, you're just a shitty person. Am I the asshole for singing the cleanup song to my toddler every time my mother tries to give me advice? I, 22 female, have a 3-year-old daughter called Odie. I was living on my own when I got pregnant, and I'm still living on my own and handling everything by myself. My mom babysits only when she asks if she can, because really I don't do too much other than work, and then I hang out with my kid. My mom loves my daughter more than anything, but she's never been shy about telling me how much she did not approve of me having a child so young, or that she doesn't approve of Odie's bio dad. That one is fair, I'll give her that. She doesn't approve of my job, etc. I've told her before how much I don't appreciate her lecturing about my life choices under the guise of giving me advice. And I really don't appreciate her doing so in front of Odie. I don't want my daughter to listen to that stuff. I don't want Odie thinking that me having her when I was a teenager ruined my life, because it didn't, and I don't regret any of it. Since my mom still continues giving me advice pretty much every time she comes around or we visit her, I've started randomly singing the cleanup song. I swear it activates toddlers like they're little sleeper agents, because as soon as Odie hears it, she'll immediately drop what she's doing and start cleaning while singing to it. That's cute. The first time I did it, my mom was definitely confused, but she caught on to what I'm doing and why I'm doing it, and she's pretty upset. It's hilarious. She said it's immature of me to use my child to get out of conversations I don't want to be in, and that it's incredibly rude for me to start singing in the middle of her talking just because I don't like what she has to say. I think there were probably much more mature ways to go about getting her to quit, but I do agree that suddenly singing in the middle of the conversation is rude. But also, I kind of feel like this is the least confrontational way to end the conversation. That's hilarious. I mean, it's rude. It is rude, but unsolicited advice is also rude. The fact that she just keeps giving you her opinion that you didn't ask for, making you feel bad about being a young mom, leave her alone. If she didn't ask for your advice, she clearly doesn't want it. I understand you're her mother. You want what's best for her. But stop criticizing people. And that's the fact. You're not even just giving unsolicited advice. You're literally criticizing this woman's life. I would do anything to get you to leave me alone too. I wonder is it the Barney cleanup song? That's the only song I could think of that's the cleanup song. But that would be hilarious. She's just running off her mouth and you just start singing Barney. Would she rather you tell her to leave me the F alone? Which would she rather? Alright guys, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Tell me down in the comments what your thoughts are. As always, thanks for watching. See you guys next time. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye!